I have over 10 5-star characters that I've gotten from a play of 2 years, but are they still useful to me or did I make the wrong decision? Well, I'll be going over my thoughts before I got that character and then what I think of them now. It may help you with deciding if you want to get any of these characters in the future. Let's start all the way back in version 2.2 when Inazuma was fairly new and Kokomi was the 5-star banner at that time. Back then, when Kokomi just came out, people didn't like her at all. But all I wanted was a 5-star character as I just started playing the game, so I got her. And when I told my friend I got Kokomi, he told me that I made a huge mistake. But now I definitely can say that he couldn't be more wrong. I use Kokomi all the time now. Her healing, her hydro application, especially in the new meta with Dendro, makes her a top tier character. I guess for my count, she was more valuable because well, I was never able to get Zhongli, which is maybe why I like her so much. She is on the banner right now, and I mean if you want to pull for her, you definitely won't be disappointed as a healer. I don't know about DPS because I've never built her as a DPS, but I think for now, Kokomi won't be overthrown because, well, there are characters that are already better in certain areas than Kokomi. But the reason why Kokomi is so good is because of how many important roles she can fill. So she's definitely a character I still use in the Abyss and even in the Overworld, and so she's definitely useful even now. Okay, let's move on from Kokomi to my second character, Childe. Now, I don't know why I pulled for Childe. Maybe it was because I wanted another 5-star, because I remember as soon as I got him, I didn't play him at all and felt so much regret for pulling him, which I kinda understand now because, well, Childe is kinda complex, you know, and when you're just starting out, you will find difficulty playing him. And also, Childe needs his support to shine. Like, Childe and National, for example, a very strong team, but for that team to work properly, you need a Zhongling first of all, you need a Bennett, you need all of them and to have a good build. But when you're just starting out, you definitely don't have all of those 4 characters. Well, if you're lucky, you may, but then if you're just a normal person, you probably don't have all of them. It makes sense to me now why I didn't like Childe before and why I just didn't use him. Now, I do experiment a lot more now, so I went back to my Childe to try him out, give him his own build, you know, farm for his artifacts. I'm not even lying, I didn't have his artifacts like for a very long time because I literally just got him and just didn't use him. But now after using him in the Abyss, he's actually pretty good and like it's really fun to play as well. Like simply put, if there's a floor with many enemies, just use Childe National and you'll probably beat it. But unfortunately, I just don't use him even now, and so he's not that useful to me because I have so many other DPSs that I just use them because I just find them simpler to use. Like my Hyper Bloom team, which I think honestly if I didn't have the characters I have right now for the Hyper Bloom team, I would be using Childe. But I really want to start using Childe more because his kit is actually kind of difficult, but still it's actually pretty fun, especially in this late game when, you know, I'm all about, you know, learning these cool things you can do with your characters, right? So I really want to get back into Childe. Now, the next character I got after Childe was Hu Tao. Childe and Hu Tao were in the same version, so I got Childe, then after a few days got Hu Tao. And after seeing Hu Tao, I didn't touch Childe at all. I think Hu Tao is like the perfect character for the beginner because of the huge numbers you get, so you know definitely that Hu Tao is a good character. So I mained Hu Tao for a while and I really did like her. I have no complaints honestly. She's just a very strong and fun character for me to play. Even now, I do honestly like using Hu Tao a lot. Like her playstyle is just fun for me. Definitely do not regret getting Hu Tao, and I still use her many times in my Abyss because of just how strong she is. So she's definitely very useful even now. Now, I already had Hu Tao, right? So I had a good DPS, and I also had Childe, right? So that should be enough for me as a beginner to, you know, clear the Abyss. I should probably going for Zhongli and other characters. But I just didn't like Childe, so for me, in my mind, I only had a 1 DPS. So after Hu Tao, I got Ganyu, even though I could have probably gone for Zhongli. I think that's what the banners were at that time. It was Zhongli and Ganyu, but I just went for Ganyu. Now, I did hear from many people that Ganyu makes the game very easy and boring, and they weren't lying. I don't know if it's just a coincidence or what, but after getting Ganyu, I straight up left the game for 3 months. Like, I don't know if it was Ganyu who just made the game so easy that I got bored of it, and I just literally just turned off my brain and just charged that, and the game just wasn't fun anymore for me, or what. And even now, I just don't use Ganyu as a main DPS at all. Like, not at all. Even though I know she's probably better that way, I just don't like using her. Now, the only time I do use her is with my Ayaka, so she's like kinda useful. I think over time, I just didn't like Ganyu's playstyle because, well, the Abyss changed a lot. Like the enemies now, there are enemies which basically punish you for using shields, and Ganyu kind of needs shields because of how weak she is. So I just think over time, I just didn't like that playstyle more, and I think Ayaka is just way better, you know, and I don't think I needed Ganyu and Ayaka. If I didn't have Ayaka, then I would say that Ganyu is useful to me because I'd be using her a lot more. Because I have Ganyu and Ayaka, this is only me saying she's not useful to me, by the way. She's still a very strong character. I'm definitely not saying she's bad. I just don't like using her because of her playstyle, I guess, and how the game has been, you know, advancing. Now, next up is Yae Miko. I mainly got her because I wanted to make videos on Yae Miko, but when I got her, she was kind of underwhelming. Fortunately, I'm so glad Dendro just made everything better. I was honestly regretting getting, like, I was really hoping for Yae Miko to be actually good because I really wanted Yae Miko. And I'm so glad that Dendro made Electro so much better. Currently, Yae Miko is my main go-to character, and I use her in my Hyperbloom team, which is my, I guess you could say, my main team. It's just a really good team. It just works in almost any situation. Boss battles, Hyperbloom. Many enemies, Hyperbloom. It just works for me. It's just so good. She's just so easy to use, especially on mobile. I now play on mobile too, so using her is so much easier on mobile. Just click, and that's it. That's all you do. You don't have to aim or anything. But I don't know if it's a team I really like or if it's Yae Miko herself. But I think I'm leaning more towards Yae Miko because if I was to use Fischl in Hyperbloom, I don't think I would enjoy the team as much because it makes the Hyperbloom team different. Like, you also get aggravated in that, and you also just get the huge you know, electric damage from Yae Miko. There's just so much more going on when I'm using Yae Miko. After Yae Miko, I got Ayaka, who is similar to Hu Tao, like being very strong, but they are different. And from now on, I only got characters for the sake of collecting them because I already had characters that can beat the whole game in 10 different ways. I had Hu Tao, Ganyu, like I didn't need another DPS. So Ayaka is very strong. She is definitely still useful to me. Like, I use her many times for clearing the Abyss. She's definitely still useful to me. Even though I have many other DPSs, there are some stages in the Abyss where you know definitely that Ayaka will be really good on this. So I still use Ayaka a lot. Now, it's time for Kazuha. I don't think I need to explain Kazuha. I mean, he is what we call a must-pull character, and he's super useful. Literally every single character I mentioned, I could have lived without, except I guess you could say Kokomi, and maybe give me one of the DPSs and I'd probably be fine with it. But Kazuha is just so good. Like, you need another Anemo support because before this I was only using Sucrose and I knew I needed Kazuha so bad. After getting Kazuha, it was just so much more better. Like, Kazuha really leveled up my account. Nahida. Now, Nahida has become like Kazuha in my opinion, probably even more important than Kazuha. Like, every single Dender team just gets better and so much stronger with Nahida. She's just an amazing character, so she's definitely worth pulling for, and I don't think I'll ever regret getting Nahida in the future. Like, she's just so good, and so like Nahida is the face of Dendro in my opinion. Next up, I got Wanderer, which, okay, I'll be honest, he's not amazing. He is very reliant on Faruzan to make him overpowered, which is what most of us expect, right? Like, we want an overpowered character like Hu Tao or Ganyu or Ayaka. And he's still pretty good, but he's not an insane character, if you know what I mean, right? There's nothing wrong about that. You need a lot more investment on Wanderer to make him good. That's all I'm saying. But I knew this and I still went for him because I knew I didn't need another DPS, right? I just wanted him basically for his skill, which is, you know, for traveling around the world. It makes it so much easier. I was really fascinated with his skill, and that's the only reason I got him. I don't use him in the Abyss as much, though I really want to because I feel like he's kind of really fun to play, like Childe. So I'm trying to build him. I'm trying to invest more time into him. Right now, I don't like to use him, but I'm not gonna say I regret pulling for him or he's not useful to me because he is. Combat is not everything in this game, right? Now, the next character I'm about to talk about is one I hold a grudge against, which is Itto. Like, I don't want to talk about this character at all because I never wanted him. And I know you guys might say he's really good, or, you know, you have him and you want him so bad or something, but the only reason I got him was because I was pulling for Faruzan constellations for my Wanderer, and I got him, which literally broke me. I didn't want him at all. Okay, I will eventually build him because I'm gonna make sure that my primogems were not wasted. So I'm gonna build him. Now, I can't really tell you if he is useful to me. Maybe in the future he is, if maybe he's just really good and I just don't know this. But right now I'm building him, and maybe in the future we'll see if he's good or not. Moving on to Yelan. I got her originally because I wanted to level up my Hu and really invest into her because I just had so many DPSs and I wanted to focus on one. So that's what I did, and she's been very useful, like mainly in the overworld for me. But you know, with Wanderer I have this really OP team, like I call it the infinite stamina team, with Yelan, Yae Miko, and Kazuha, which just makes traveling so much easier. Like it's the best team for traveling in my opinion. But yeah, even in the Abyss she's really good. But well, she's just another Hydra support like any other, and I don't have any complaints with her. Hydra in general is just a really good element, probably the second best in my rating after Gendro. And that's about it. Yelan is the most recent character I got. Those are all the characters I've gotten over 2 years. Of course, this is only my opinion. You might in fact love using Childe or Itto, and these options of mine might even change in the future. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed, and maybe this helped you guys in some way. That's all, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.